Alright, so first things first, I know the angle is weird, I look like shit from what you can see, and I'm talking really quietly, but it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. This is the only angle I can actually get, and I look like shit because I look like shit. Now, I would be talking a lot louder. However, there is a small fucking problem, and that is 6 o'clock in the morning, and there are people in my building, and this is a valley. I was hoping this morning to come out here and show you a really nice landscape, but the fact is, it's overcast as shit. You get a nice sunshine, maybe later, I don't know. It doesn't matter, because it actually sums me up a lot better, my mood right now. About 2 days ago, I was asked by my friend Claire, who you might remember from some of my other stuff, why I stopped caring so much about those Black Lives Matter people. Why did I stop bitching so much about, say, SJWs, blah blah blah, things like that. And I told her outright that, I don't care about that shit anymore. I don't care about that shit, left or right side of it, because the very fundamental idea of the left and the right is fucking bullshit. And I'm actually lucky that there are people downstairs right now, because I would be fucking going ballistic. Because the more and more I think about this, the more and more I'm just fed up with it. I am fed up with shootings. I am fed up with glaciers melting. I am fed up with animals going extinct. I am fed up with bigots. I am fed up with lying politicians. I am fed up with companies. I am fed up with double standards. I am fed up with what's considered normal these days that used to not be not too long ago. I am fed up with it all. Now, it might not sound fed up, but I am angry at the whole situation we find ourselves in, not individual ones. Now, a good example would be my country's Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar. He came to power about 2 or 3 years ago. And by the way, a Taoiseach is an Irish Prime Minister. He came to power, and he was famous for being not just the first non-Irish person to become Taoiseach. Well, he is technically Irish. I mean, he's an Irish citizen, but he's Indian, I believe, in race. You'll see his picture up on screen. And the fact that he's gay. Great. Fantastic. Too bad he's a conservative, and he's promoting the same, let the government get into bed with companies all you want. We don't talk about legalizing weed. We don't need to crack down on the church any more than we already have. Let that shit happen naturally. He's a perfect example. This pisses me off, not so much because, well, politicians lie. Of course they lie. It's because he's a conservative, so he says all the conservative stuff. But when he wants to, he just switches on the gay card, or he's also quite young as well, or the race card, and then boom, here we go again. Now, this is nothing unusual. People do this for years. People have done this for years. But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of, for example, take the gaming industry. People will spend a huge amount of time criticizing the guy who runs Gearbox for sexually molesting and just outright harassing people. Good. If he really did those things, good. He needs to go. But no one protests, for example, the microtransactions, the loot boxes, the live services, as Jim Sterling constantly does his best to fight against. No one complains about, people complain. People complain about it. But no one does anything about it. And people turn around and say, oh, well, protesting doesn't get anywhere, strikes doesn't get anywhere. Well, actually, it does. Look at the guy who was running Puerto Rico. He's gone now. And I hope the shit in Hong Kong gets results, But China does not respond well there. Hell, there's a great example. China. China is communist, but it loves being capitalist. It's good friends with America and Russia, but also hates America and Russia. America hates both of those countries and also loves them. Politics is politics. Companies are companies. What about people? You've got the whole idea of the double standard, where, for example, if you're rich, and this is going to be my focal point here, so pay attention. If you're rich and you're black, and let's just say you're working on empire, and you fake being attacked by a bunch of people, you get away with it. You get away with it, and you even get defended. Or if you're a trust fund baby who rapes a girl, you get away with it. It's not about race. It's not about sexual orientation. It's not about religion. Those are things that divide us. This is about one thing and one thing alone. Class. The haves and the have-nots. Now, don't get me wrong. I like capitalism. But I want it regulated and controlled. I like the idea of someone reaching as far as their potential does. But humans are humans, so the second they reach their potential, what do? They turn around and become fucking pieces of shit. If you give the best person on the planet power, they will abuse it. If Bernie Sanders gets in control of the presidency, it'll be Obama all over again. And yeah, I would still vote for the man, because he actually might get some good done before he just completely compromises. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about compromise. It's either that or else you become a dictator. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. You never find a dictator that actively wants to promote environmentalism or supports women's rights or freedom of religion, including the lack thereof, or free speech. Hell, I don't like the way these days, if you talk about free speech, you're immediately an alt-righter. I think free speech matters more than feelings. That's, however, now a alt-right term. What the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this world that I'm living in? This clown world. I don't want to live in clown world anymore. You don't want to live in clown world anymore. You don't want to live in clown world, but you also know there's nothing you can do to change it. I know there's nothing I can do to change it. Fuck's sake, this is insane. This is not the world I was expecting growing up. I was not sold this bill of goods when I was born. I was promised a world that at least had a little bit more structure to it, a little bit more sense. Oh, the old ways are breaking down. Of course they're breaking down. There's nothing wrong with that. But break them down to make something better, not something worse. This world is strange, and this world is confusing, and this world is, above all else, breaking. It's breaking itself. Everything is eating too much. Everything is fucking killing too much. Everything is lying too much. Everything is abusing too much. I am abso-fucking-lutely sick of this. And I'm sick of people who try to defend it because it's supporting their narrative. I will gladly throw anything that supports my narrative under the bus if I think it's doing bad. Actually, no, not gladly. That's it though, not gladly. I can't be glad at this shit anymore. It's seldom I'm glad. Again, if Bernie Sanders gets in, fan-fucking-tastic. But I'll have a little clock in my head, not the 100 days or anything. Oh no, it's how long before it starts showing? Before he starts doing what Obama did, or Clinton did, or FDR did, or any of them. Hell, even those presidents all have shit things under their belt. Hits out on people and backroom deals, some of which we'll never know about. And they're the presidents. Imagine what the dictators get up to. This world, I hate to say it, but it's not beyond saving, but we've already given it up. And I think I'm a part of the problem. Because I'm telling you, like, it's all done. It's all done. We would literally, as an entire species, need to stop the brakes and say no. And that includes people at the top. We'd have to fix the planet. We'd have to fix ourselves. We'd have to destroy certain institutions. And I love history. I adore history. But But certain institutions have to go. And I don't care if it hurts your feelings or it makes you think that Western culture is coming to an end. Destroy Eastern culture too. What, you think I support whatever the fuck Saudi Arabia is? I don't believe in anarchism. As well, just so you know. Just so you don't label me as such. I don't believe any of that shit. I want a world that takes care of people and the world. But we don't have that anywhere. Even the most liberal, laid-back countries only show hints of it. That includes Ireland. Ireland's done a 180 over the past few years, and don't get me wrong, that's brilliant. When I was born, it was illegal to be gay. Now we have a gay Taoiseach, but the gay Taoiseach is a lying sack of shit. People will be more quick to jump down the fact that a coffee cup says Happy Holidays rather than Jesus around about Christmas, right? But those same people, they'll deflect when one of those, the El Paso shooter, was clearly a member of the alt-right. They'll deflect when people like Trump will lie through his teeth and complete bullshit through his teeth as well. And they'll deflect when their own lives, all the shit that they've lied about, personally, to friends and families. When that shit happens, and I know that one very personally, and here's the thing though, does he think I'm not on some sort of high horse? You do it too, and so do I. There's something wrong with humans these days. In fact, I hate to say it, Clown World might actually be the better outcome. Because we could have so far fucked it up a lot more. There's still a glimmer of hope, but we have to do something. I don't know what. AI that will control us whether we like it or not. A global sing-along kumbaya chant, a big fucking orgy. Or, as Paul's ego says, bring on the nukes. What do you guys think? You think I've lost my mind? Or do you think I'm just sick of it? I feel sick of it. Even the weather doesn't know what the hell to feel. Look at that sun coming up back there. God, look at that beard. I need a shave. I don't know how to end this, so all I'm gonna say is, you got any opinions? Any suggestions? That's what the comments are for. See ya. Bye.